Hello!
Howdy, hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Harley and Josh Show, your new music podcast by musicians.
Indeed. How are you doing today, Josh?
I am doing today, Harley.
Yes.
I am doing it right now.
You are doing today.
Live on the radio.
I've never seen someone do today live.
Well, get your mind blown by
Not
me.
this well.
This week we have music from Reno and Rome,
What?
Peter Hepworth, and Newtown Kings.
Oh, they got new stuff out.
No, but
They got stuff. There's stuff happening.
there's stuff from last year.
I was talking about them just last night.
You. Well,
yeah.
we're also going to be talking about Spotify deciding it's not going to be a distributor after all. We've talked about this news before, but this is their new news, and also
New
news. And also we've got over 250 music companies have pledged to achieve a 50-50 gender split in their businesses by 2022.
Great.
That's good, isn't it? So more news on that later. News. Plus we discuss what we feel. Is exposure a good currency?
Decent or indecent?
But, we'll talk about that and all these different things that musicians get annoyed about a bit later on. But, Harley, what... What's going on in your life last week?
Oh, good save.
Couldn't find the right one. So...
Yeah, wow. It's been a mad week.
Well, actually, it's 2 weeks, really.
It has been 2 weeks.
Because
I didn't really do a...
Stonebury.
Well, should we talk about a little... I'll brush over what we did last week.
Go on.
So I went down to London
Aye.
with the Charter Tab boys. And we had...
I literally just got a text from Pat Gruber. Stop texting me when you have gigs, dude. Every time. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
So, yeah, we went down to London to Kew. Right next to Kew Gardens.
Right.
Right next to it. For our first agency gig. So we talked about our agency, Tailored Entertainment. We've been working with them since the beginning of the year, but this is the first of our dates to come in.
Ooh.
We're really excited. They've got really kind of useful in terms of sending us the itinerary. Oh, hit the microphone.
So passionate.
We got straight to the venue.
Loves itineraries.
Oh, I love them. It took us 4 hours to get there. It was so hot. It was 36 degrees, and the aircon doesn't work in the van.
What, in your VW?
Yeah.
No. Does it just need recharging or something?
It needs a new part. I went to get it filled up, and he was like, I need a part. I'm like, can you get it done by the weekend? He was like, no. I'm like, okay. So we had Nick Keeble on guitar.
Yay.
He got heat stroke.
Really?
It was so hot, yeah. The second set, he was just, playing all the right notes, but just like gazing into space. You know how animated and performing he is. And it's probably the most still I've ever seen him. And we finished the set. He went and laid down in the back of the van and was there for the next 2 hours whilst we closed off the DJ set.
Bless him.
So yeah, poor guy. But
that's keep hydrated on stage, guys.
Make sure you do
keep
that.
hydrated all the time.
Oh yeah, I think most of the damage was probably done on the way to the gig because it was so ridiculously hot. We were in stop-start traffic through London on the North Circular. But the gig was amazing. It was in someone's back garden.
Amazing.
It was their birthday party.
Double amazing.
We played to not a great deal of people, but nice. It was a nice kind of quiet gig.
Right.
Really well. People there were just really nice. It was just great fun. It was really good fun.
What kind of party was it?
So it was just a garden birthday party.
Birthday.
Yeah. So
because a lot of the time people seem to think of bands for corporate events or weddings.
Yeah.
But birthdays, bar mitzvahs. I've done funerals.
Yeah.
So
that's it.
Music's good for any old occasion, isn't it?
Exactly. I started the following week with Quatreus. We went to London. We went to Tower Bridge Hotel. Really nice hotel.
Oh, I've been there.
And you look over the over the Tower Bridge. It was amazing.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Really, really posh hotel. So that was kind of nice to be there for a couple of days. Did some more AV work a little bit closer home at Adastral Park as well.
Oh, cool.
Which I'm looking forward to. I'm going back there tomorrow. And we're actually doing sound for a band.
Oh, cool.
In the exhibition room where they do their conferences. Do
you know what band it is?
Not a clue. But I'm really looking forward to being able to watch some live music on the job.
What if they turn out to be doing pop covers but reggae?
That's all right.
What if it turns out to be Proud Mary but reggae?
Oh,
It's Harley's like two least favourite things musically.
I feel physically unwell.
About Mustang Sally but reggae.
I mean, I don't mind Mustang Sally as a song.
Yeah.
It's better than Proud Mary.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, not reggae. Sex on Fire, but reggae. That'd be me done. Out. I'd walk. I'd leave.
Reggae on fire. Mr. Brightside, but reggae.
Oh. All of these things I've seen bands do.
Tropes.
Some of these things I've been in bands that have done that.
Our section that we wanted to do ages ago, Harley's pub band tropes.
Oh, I got so many.
Go on, give me one. Go on.
Crowd participation within the first song. Oh.
What's the point?
Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah.
I think that's good. That's a good one for this week.
Yeah. Cool.
Avoid it.
There we go. We'll bring this up next time.
I want to bring this up every time.
Yeah. So let's forward fast to this week.
I wish you could have seen the face he just did. That was great.
Panic.
Fast.
Panic as I was talking.
Brilliant.
We had another one of our tailored events. They're coming in thick and fast this year. And we were at Helmingham Hall. Have you ever been to Helmingham Hall or done an event there?
I've heard of it.
It's a really nice place.
Chelsea.
They do all sorts of stuff, mostly all outdoor events, because they've got the hall, which is actually still a private residence. There's still people living there, which is amazing.
Wait, where is this?
So it's on the way to Stowmarket. If you go out of Westerfield, over the train tracks, and then just kind of keep going. And I always reminds me of that Pike Park because I was cycling home from a farm I used to work on around that area. And a pheasant jumped out from behind a tree and hit me in the face and knocked me off my bike.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Poor people. Why would they do that? I don't want to live. Oh, sorry, you said pheasant.
I said pheasants. Oh yeah.
Damn pheasants. I'm thinking of Priory Hall, which is in like Hadley Way, which is the same thing. Very, very nice place.
Interesting you say that. I did start driving towards Hindlesham Hall. And Toby was like, where you going? I'm like, Helmingham Hall? Is that no? That's Hindlesham Hall.
That's why it's great to have the band in the van with you. That's the main reason why you have a band van.
Oh yeah,
Because the amount of times that I've just sort of like been driving, but going, where you going?
Yeah.
I meant to take this way. I meant to take this route.
Scenic route, innit?
Scenic, yeah.
It's fine.
This is an industrial estate. Yeah.
It's
pretty industrial estate though.
Yeah, it is. Oh, look at that square building.
Yum.
Love it.
Yeah, modernist.
So yeah, that was a really nice gig. Elliot wasn't able to do it. His
voice
lost his voice.
Oh boy,
he'll be fine. He's done it right because it wasn't laryngitis, but something that has the same symptoms. They said just rest your voice for about a week, you'll be absolutely fine. He's gone, okay, I'm going to go to Love Supreme Festival instead. So he last minute booked some tickets, went down to Brighton and had a weekend away. So I
wonder who was playing.
Snarky Puppy.
Oh,
yeah, they were headlining. Loads of really good acts.
I went with my mum years back. We saw
Nice.
De La Soul, Gregory Porter, and Soul to Soul. So,
Nice.
and Imelda May.
Sweet.
Nice little spot the odd one out, but she was really good.
Yeah,
But yeah,
great stuff.
festival.
Great show. Yeah.
Speaking of great music festivals,
Oh, that was the next day. Yeah, I would say just going back to Saturday, we had Connor Adams covering for us.
Yeah.
He did an acoustic set before we played as well.
he's dropped the Ryan.
Yes, I
No
think.
longer Connor Ryan Adams.
I think
it's
for the
probably
best
because I
reason.
just stumbled. Just think I went Connor. So
I
maybe
think-
that's why.
Maybe you didn't want to be associated with Ryan Adams.
Oh yeah,
That's the thing,
so you
innit?
can listen back to our podcast.
Although he did,
for that.
I was discussing this. He dropped it before the allegations.
Oh, that's good.
So,
that's good.
He
dropped it, but the people
he got
who
the
were
drop on that.
allegations won't. But very
Yeah.
good. But the other people won't be dropping the allegations.
But he did really well singing with us. Really good performer, really good crowd control. Like I say, he did an acoustic set with Oscar, which was they had a little bit of rehearsal beforehand, but it was largely improvised. Oscar was on electric guitar, just playing like over the top, and it was amazing. It was so good. I wish we could have just recorded some of it because it was really well done. Then we went to the full set. We did 2-hour sets. I had people dancing all night through. It was lolly.
Oh, lolly.
It was just lolly.
What was the occasion for that one again?
That was a wedding.
A wedding.
Jamie and Fran, if you're listening,
Jamie and Fran.
congratulations. it was just really good fun. We were there up until 1 a.m.
2 names that could be either gender. I mean, well, actually, Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Jamie and Frank.
My sister's called Frank.
Jamie and Frankie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good that.
That's good, yeah.
So, yeah, because you could be either way.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the only one who calls her Frank. She hates it.
Oh, of course.
So, yeah.
Frankie, my lady, she only ever calls herself Frank when she's annoyed at herself. So, come on, Frank.
I like that. That's cool.
It's good.
Yeah.
I daren't.
Yeah. Well, let's get to Sunday.
Ooh,
There's so much to talk about.
Sunday.
Well, I will point out, you can mostly talk about your Ipswich Music Day experience because mine was vastly shortened.
Because
I've been quite unwell with a gammy knee.
it's staring me in the face right now.
Yeah, it looks like it's breathing.
Oh, my goodness. It's moving.
I've managed to get a slight infection from a graze on my knee that I got earlier last week.
From?
Climbing.
Where? No, sorry, that's
Murray's thing.
yeah.
Yeah, rock climbing, hit my knee. I thought I cleaned it up all right. Apparently not. And when I was at Adastral on Friday, it kind of stopped working. And then I woke up on the Saturday and went, "Oh, this really hurts. Let's go to hospital."
What did you use to clean it?
Like one of those thingies, sterilising wipes. Should have done it, but maybe I just need to be a bit more manly and just
Scrub it
hard. But then when I went to the hospital, the nurse did that for me, which was better.
Well, fun.
Wasn't ideal, but it's the swelling's gone. I'm not limping anymore. I was limping a lot yesterday, wasn't I?
Yeah.
It was quite funny.
Yeah. I mean, you needed Daniel Lee Harvey's cane.
Yeah, I could have done with that.
Yeah. And the hat as well, but
He's a classy boy, isn't he?
He does look classy boy, isn't he?
Yeah, so that was kind of halted my day on the Sunday because I still had to go to the doctors and get my prescription. So it meant I didn't get to Ipswich Music Day until like 3 in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. I missed most of it. I was really annoyed. I missed East Ham Pirates. I missed Connor Adams' set, who was filling in for Chart Attack. Yeah. Apologise to anyone who came to see our show and we weren't there. I'd written a post to say that we wouldn't be playing, and it disappeared. It didn't upload.
Oh man!
I don't know if your Facebook app has ever done that before. No. I've had problems with that in the past, not for a long time, but
the Facebook Pages app is just dog.
Yeah, it's ropey at best.
Yes, I despise it.
But it allows you to do things that the standard Facebook app doesn't let you do.
It doesn't.
It's just harder to do it on the Facebook app.
Yeah, exactly. They've made it harder to do it on the Facebook app, but you get. But yeah, no, I've had problems with it before, so I feel your pains. Yeah. And I was a bit gutted because I saw you in the program. I was like, oh, hello, and then I went over there, and then it was. But Connor Adams did a good set.
Yeah, good.
Who's in his band? Because I know Toby's in there.
So it's Connor, Toby, Nick keyboard and guitar.
I don't think it was Nick.
Okay, I don't know who may have been playing guitar, and then there was Alex Lenton on bass.
Oh yes, of course, he is a great bass player.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, I don't think I recognised the guitarist, but maybe I might have been too far away, and I didn't have my glasses. So
fair enough. Well, I will find out who was on guitar for that one. I assumed it was Nick, but maybe he was not available.
But how was the rest of your day? Because you you saw some music, and you also went to your own gig.
Yes, we played with Class Act. It was our debut gig under that name, which is myself, Rob Lewis, Raina Vandell, Bronwyn Cooper, and we had on guitar Tom Guitarthy. It was Andy Bartlett. Andy's away. He hopefully is away for quite a while, so he's going to be touring the world on a cruise ship, playing in playing in a function band, doing all of that kind of party crew stuff.
Cool. So
we've got Tom stepping in, and we're playing. I've got 3 gigs with Tom in as many weeks now.
Brilliant.
So he played with us yesterday, and he's playing with Mementos next weekend, and then he's joining for Chart Attack the following weekend.
3 completely different sets.
But all gigs that Andy was on.
And he's on your T-shirt as well.
And he's currently on my... I nearly wore it yesterday, but I thought that's a bit too weird.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe I should.
Yeah, on stage with him. He's like, this is his face right here. There he is. Oh my God.
Two Toms.
Exactly. Oh, dream.
Yeah. I mean, there were 3 Toms on stage, because Raina had 2 with him.
No, that was very good. All right. Harley, I think you deserve a jingle, mate. I think you deserve a wee little jingle. I'll tell you what. No, I'm making one up on the spot. Harley, you were great. Harley, do it again. Bing. Right, okay. So let's play some music. We're going to play some music by the guy that we just mentioned, Mr. Nick Keeble, from Reno and Rome. They are doing a video shoot for this song this week. Quick shout out for it before we play it. It's at the Curve Bar, the 11th of July, from 2 o'clock till 10 o'clock. So if you turn up between those times, you'll be in the video. So it's supposed to be a big party atmosphere. So at the Curve Bar in Ipswich, you can be here for the video for Reno and Rome's Something Special. Let's rock it. That was Something Special. It sure was.
Beefy, mate.
By Reno and Rome's. A nice departure there.
Yeah.
Heavier than usual.
Yeah, but still really nice and poppy.
Absolutely.
We're saying a really nice vocal tone as well.
So, all right, Harley, get your klaxon out. Oh, I mean, I said get it out. Don't start it. So, Harley, I was in Glastonbury the other week. Did you actually load that in?
No, I just saw it. As soon as he said it, I caught it in the corner of my eye. Sorry, as you were saying?
No. I can see where your finger is. So yeah, it was great. We got to see a lot of acts. We played 4 gigs over the weekend. I had Raina, Murray, and Ben Goebel with me, as well as my lovely lady Frankie selling merch. Speaking of which, Harley, you've given me a t-shirt live on air, so it's time for me to do the same for you. Here we have. You have your own JS and the Lockabilly's t-shirt.
Oh, thank you very much,
Look at that,
man.
mate. $5 a year.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So these were printed especially for
you. Oh no, for Glastonbury, yeah. Damn it. So yeah, that was great. It was a really nice little experience at Glastonbury. No. Okay, put the mouse down.
I wasn't expecting that one. It was a bit late.
Anyway, but yeah, it was really nice. So the thing is, well, you can hear what we talked about with Glastonbury and what it was like with get your hand away from the mouse, and what it was like to play there and how it was loading in, etc. Because Harley uploaded a chat.
Yeah. So anyway, this was just on the podcast feed.
Yes,
I think
and
went to YouTube as well. So if you're listening to this live and you don't often listen in post, find yourself a podcast app and download it, or go to YouTube, give it a listen, because it's a really good insight as to...
We do prefer if you do it on iTunes, because then you give us a rating.
Of course,
and that does help us.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just gives you insight on what it was like for us. We recorded it on the top of the hill at Glastonbury, looking down over the whole thing, and we just talked you through it. So I think you might find it quite interesting. But yeah, so came back from that, and we had gigs last week. I was straight back into teaching, which is a bit strange.
Was it straight in?
Well, it was the next day.
Wow.
Because we didn't get back until about 2 p.m. on the Monday. And Murray had to go straight back to work at the Maybush. But I had teaching from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and a little bit on Friday, and then gigging Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's sort of been non-stop ever since. So yeah, but I mean, it's been really nice to sort of come back and see a bunch of people that sort of wanted to know what it was like. So I've been sort of talking about it for ages. I'm just calling it from now on, just to avoid. No, Harley, no, I didn't say it. I didn't say Glastonbury. Curses. So yeah, we had some great gigs over the weekend. On the Friday, we at the Museum of East Anglian Life for their beer festival. It was our first gig back. Not going to say it. And it was a really nice crowd. They were absolutely wasted by the time we got there.
Good.
There was one guy that wouldn't stop. Like, we literally just brought the first bit of gear down there onto the marquee. And he was just like, play Wonderwall! Oh, God. And he would not stop shouting it. So after a while, I just walked up to him. I was like, which one of you keeps making requests? Just like, it's him. Oh, I just really want to hear Wonderwall. I was like, have you had too much, mate? I said to his mates, has he had too much? Is he a liability? And they were just looking at me like, yeah, a little bit. I was like, well, shut up. All right? You're not funny. And just walked off, and he shut up after that.
Oh, good.
Which was quite fun, actually. I do like actually confronting hecklers, because most of the time they've got it real big when you're quite far away. Yeah. But as soon as you come up close, they don't sit there and go, Freebird! at you in the face today.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was fun. Friday night, they were, absolutely well up for it and very gazeboed, as we were playing out of a gazebo. The problem with me playing out of a gazebo, I'm tall.
Yeah,
people can't see my face because my face is in the roof.
Of course, yeah, that's the thing.
I mean, I have to duck down, so I've just to make eye contact with people.
Something Toby found out this weekend or noticed is that playing in marquees messes with his asthma.
Oh, really?
I don't know why.
Hello.
It's an old one.
That's a confusing one. I always figure that. Yeah, speaking of, at the festival that we were at, which I'm not going to say was, Goebel was having some real problems with hay fever, the poor bloke.
Of course, yeah.
Because it was so dry and it was so hot that a lot of the dust and all the sort of the dead grass was getting up. And I could see it was affecting quite a lot of people, even people that usually don't have it. So yeah, anyway, the next day on the Saturday we had a wedding in Willowmead. The house was called Willowmead,
nice.
and it was in a little place called Carton. Oh, how's that? We were in your backyard, well, in your surname. But yeah, it was a really nice place. Just in a garden, in a marquee, but a really nice marquee. Really easy to do the sound in because they really do. There's no reflections in marquees. There's no real sort of horrible dead zoney bits where you just get loads of standing waves or anything like that. Because the material's so thin, the sound just passes through. Yeah. And it's like you're playing in an open field, but with something that actually protects the slapback from coming back at you. So it's really good. And there were sort of friends of friends. It was our old drummer Ashley Paul. Do you remember Ashley Paul?
Yeah.
Aussie Ash, which we miss very dearly because he moved back to Australia after he was in Strathspire with us. And he used to work for an electrician company, a guy owned by Dick Simmons, and his son was getting married. His son Ben and his lady Deanna. They got married in Tuscany and had the reception near Stowmarket.
Oh, right.
It was just I said to Deanna, she's Canadian, I was like, have you been to a British wedding? She was like, yeah, quite a few. I was like, see, this is quintessential British wedding right here. Yeah. Loving it. But yeah, so that was a really nice night. There was really good mix of people, mix of age groups. So that's where we fare the best. Because if it's like old and young and middle-aged, then you've got the older people are like, oh, I remember these songs from my youth. The middle-aged people go, oh, I remember my grandparents playing this. And the younger people not quite yet there. But then when everybody else is getting up dancing, they go, yeah, all right. And then they get up and realise that they know the tracks because it's all Lockabillys, all 50s stuff. Yeah. So, that was fun. There was one absolute nutter who would not stop. Well, because we were just on the grass with the dancers, right in front of us, and she was the most erratic dancer I have seen in a very long time, flailing.
Did she look like she was going to take someone's eye out?
Yes, mostly mine, but she kept on I had to play with a foot on the mic stand because she kept on knocking into the mic stand. And the mic that I use, the Shure 55, and it's just full on chrome metal.
You'd feel that.
Yeah, and I got knocked in the teeth about twice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that's happened multiple times. I've been like, it's broken a tooth. Oh, no, thankfully. I just drink a lot of calcium, I suppose. After a while, I just said that was fun, but you are terrifying. I just had to say it to her. I was sitting there going, in between songs, and there's everybody said, and after a while I think the audience got it and they were sort of circled around her just to try and stop her. She was almost falling on the stage multiple times. And you had the classic thing you get in weddings where you've set everything up and all the kids want to play with the double bass. Yep. Or they just want to walk up to the guitars and go, grab a string. You're like, no. But it ended up really nice. It was very wet outside, but luckily there was a really good marquee that kept all the water out and the ground didn't get too sodden. So it was really good. And then Sunday, I managed to catch so much good music at Ipswich Music Day. I was there from 12, so I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the people I saw. So I came straight in and watched Connor Adams, a bit of Connor Adams set, because at the same time Coco was playing.
Oh, yeah.
At the Ed Sheeran stage, so I went and saw them, the band for my solo album. So check it out. Immediately after that was Horrible Dolphins, who blew me away. They blew the crowd away as well. They absolutely loved them.
Was that the first time you've seen them?
That's the first time I've seen them. We've played them on the show a bunch of times and promoted them, but we've never been able to catch them because their shows have just been either too far away or that were kind of, gigging at the same time. So yeah, props to them. It was really good. I got a little badge and everything.
Oh, nice.
Mega fan. Then I went straight to the Grapevine stage to see Rob Lewis do mostly originals. I think he only did one cover.
That's good.
Right at the end. He actually even asked the crowd, he's like, do you want me to do a cover or an original? And we were all just like, original! So that was nice.
It was apparently there was a really nice...
packed out tent.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's great.
Absolutely packed out. Everybody's sitting down, but most people are in the Grapevine sort of tent because it's undercover. It's nice for a little chill out place.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did a really good job. Finished off with Country Roads, had everybody singing.
Of course.
So he did great. He played his new single, One Chord at a Time, which will be available soon, and he's got a video on his Facebook page, so check it out. Yeah. Then I went straight to the BBC stage to go watch East Tab Pirates. Whoa, Scourge of the Sea. I absolutely love that set. They handed out, this is a great little idea, handed out little cardboard pirate hats.
Yes.
I've kept mine, little memento, but it covered the crowd, and it really did bring an atmosphere to it.
Yeah.
I think that's quite a good idea, just to bring out some kind of little merchy thing, even like maybe like a beach ball or something like that when you go out to a festival.
You should do that with Lockabilly's, but just like have like cardboard quiffs.
Couple quiff. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Stick on sideburns.
Yes.
Yeah. Harder to see though, isn't it? So from there, I intended to go over to the Christchurch Mansion to go see Stella a cappella, which my mum sings in. She's the alto singer in that group. But I couldn't actually get in. It was so packed.
Oh,
they were
mate.
queuing out the door to see the a cappella music in the mansion. And I was gutted, but also very happy because I knew she had a really good crowd.
Good, yeah.
And there's been some really good feedback, so well done, Mum. But I'm sorry I couldn't see you. I was like, for 2/3 of the set, I was outside just waiting to get in.
Yeah.
And after a while, I was like, I've got 10 minutes until it's ended. If I do get in there, I wanted to film some stuff so that she could use it, but I wouldn't have gotten a full song. So yeah. Well done, Mum.
Awesome.
Straight from there, I went to the 102 stage. No, I saw actually before that, I went to BBC Suffolk to catch Jade May Jean.
Yes.
Jade Peters was doing her solo stuff with Hannah Hinchliffe playing saxophone, and also she had Fern Tether doing some backing vocals.
Oh, yes.
Which is nice. They did a good job.
That's the point at which I turned up.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That's where I saw you, because just after that I saw you. We recorded a little bit of an exclusive thing.
We did, yes. We've done a lot of recording yesterday of interviews with various bands.
Exactly. So yeah, we'll bring that up. Then we've got. Then I went to see Caswell. She blew my mind.
Always.
She did a great set. As well as then went to see Joe G. Stayed there.
Yes.
Watched a review with Oscar playing guitar.
It was really good to see him not with a guitar, so he could really kind of be a front man.
Yes.
Because he had two electric guitarists and he had his acoustic guitar, but he put his guitar down to take the lead on a couple of, or take acoustic on a couple of sort of.
Yeah, that was really nice. Yeah, he had a good stage presence. And then finished off the day with Ghosts of Men.
Yeah.
At the Ed Sheeran stage. They killed it. They gave me our new Goof and Us CDs because Adam Merchant prints with Cram Duplication.
Oh, so you brought them to the...
Yes, exactly. Then I took them to the show we had at Throughways Monkeys later on, which Goof and Us finished off the day. It was really fun, really loud, very cramped, very sweaty, super packed. Like, it was really, really busy, which is really lovely.
My parents were blown away by Ghost of Men. They went on our recommendation and they said they were definitely not disappointed.
Amazing. Two-piece, just massive noise. I love it. But yeah, we had to finish the gig. Well, we finished the gig, but then I had to like get on the mic and tell everybody to leave the pub because there was somebody had passed out, and then there was a guy starting on people saying she's dead, just like, and then there wasn't any security, so I had to be on the mic just going, everybody leave, and it felt really awkward.
Oh mate.
But anyway, it was still a really great fun day. It was still people just sitting there going, I don't want to go home yet. But well done, Ipswich Music Day. We were very proud to be part of you. Let's play a bit of music now before we get onto the news. You're gonna ready, better get up and run, 'cause we're reaching for our Spotify decides it doesn't want to be a distributor after all.
And over 250 music companies pledged to achieve a 50-50 gender split by 2022.
Music news. thank you to Newtown Kings for that one. That was Reach Out. You can check that out. Anyway, so Spotify got the music business chattering last year.
Oh, yeah.
When it announced that it was enabling artists to upload their music direct to
We
their
were
platform.
chattering, weren't we?
We were chattering. That was kind of a beta thing. This feature initially made available to a few hundred acts via the Spotify for Artists dashboard, launched in beta in September 2018. A month later, Spotify doubled down, revealing that it had acquired a stake in DistroKid.
Right.
So they've got a share in there. This was a clear challenge to the likes of TuneCore, Ditto, Amuse, and CD Baby, not to mention SoundCloud with Spotify, particularly laying down the gauntlet by declining to charge artists any money for its upload service.
Right.
So it's free. Which is pretty crazy.
Mm.
So some in the industry have recently raised suspicions over the fact that this beta reveal came nearly 10 months ago with no set sign of the full product launch. So on July 1st, we learn we're not going to get one. So a week ago, it was a week ago, Spotify has officially reversed its decision to become a distributor of music, announcing that it's chasing its upload beta program. It's closing its uploading beta program for independent artists.
So, I mean, this news is a week old, really. So, I mean, why did we miss it? Where were you? Sorry. Okay, it's my last time.
This is serious news.
Sorry, so it is.
This is serious news. Okay, so Spotify have come out. They've said the best way for us to serve artists and labels to focus on our resources on developing tools in areas where Spotify can uniquely benefit them. Blah blah blah. That's words, isn't it?
AKA, they're not going to make enough money out of it.
Yeah, basically, like Spotify for Artists, which more than 300,000 creators use to gain new insight into their audience. Close brackets, and our playlist submission tool. Open brackets, which more than 36,000 artists have used to get playlisted for the very first time since it launched a year ago.
Have you used any of these?
I have. I've not got any playlists yet, but I'm going to keep. Yeah, I've only used it like once. So.
Yeah. How about the artist tools?
I've used the artist dashboard once or twice. I've seen that there was quite a craze. I could see that people like Underline the Sky and who else? Oh crikey, I'm trying to think of some other band. Anyway. Local bands really used it as Renegade 12 did. Renegade 12 posted up, how many subscribers they had in their plays and stuff like that. So I saw it was working for those people.
Yes.
So basically Spotify's decision to quit digital distribution comes less than a month after VC-backed company STEM announced plans to retreat from the DIY space as well. STEM will now close. Instead exclusively focus on a curated list of artists, shedding its relationship with tens of thousands of DIY acts. So I think the point of this news is, why we want to tell you, is that it's showing that more power is getting put into independent labels and curators, I think now, because Spotify and STEM and sort of these VC-based things are retreating from trying to work direct to consumer, and they're going to be looking more towards tastemakers like independent records, record labels, and independent radio programs.
Which is good that it's not going to be.
No others are available, just IO Radio. For good music. So I don't know, it's good and bad.
But it's interesting. Yeah, I mean, personally, from a lazy musician's point of view.
Laser musician.
Anything that means that
plays with lasers.
Working with, I'm a lazy musician. That's my sound. All my beats are straight.
Okay.
That's about as far as I got.
That's good.
It's the Harley and Josh show. Yeah. What was that?
I thought it had lasers in it.
Oh no. I used that on the last week's interview, actually.
Oh,
as a bridge between the Thursday and the Friday.
I'd say it's more of a middle eight.
Yeah. So, So, I like the idea of working with a label and having them do all the stuff that they're good at.
Right.
Because I'm very much a believer that there are things I'm not good at, so it's best to get someone who's good at them to do them than
there's less people are less able to do that nowadays when they don't know that to their own faults. But it's good. Anyway, Harley, what news must you have for us?
I don't know. The page is shut. All right, okay, we go. There we go. So over 250 music companies pledged to achieve a 50-50 gender split by 2020. That's only good news.
Yeah.
It is. It is. So the UK's PRS Foundation announced on the 25th of June that it's extending its Key Change 50-50 festival pledge to the wider music business to achieve a better gender balance in the industry. So the Key Change is an initiative led by PRS Foundation, supported by the Creative Europe program of its European Union, and it aims to achieve a 50-50 gender split by 2020, which is, this is something that's, I think, is quite prevalent in music. A lot of, when you think of producer, you think men.
Yeah.
I mean...
Sound tech.
Yeah.
Lighting engineer.
Yeah.
Stage manager. Well, stage manager is a little bit
I think that,
broader.
But then even on a stage, you know, the amount of times you'll watch a band and go, oh, they've got a girl drummer. And that's a bit of a novelty, and it shouldn't be, you know, because...
But yeah, I really want to see more female DJs out and about.
Yeah.
And yeah, female MCs. But I mean, you know, there's a lot of the sort of the... I don't know, the clipboard jobs often get handed to ladies. I say handed, but, you know, they get them themselves, obviously. But it is kind of like, I don't know, there must be so many jobs like stage management and, I don't know, just sort of general, you know, building stages and getting sort of the right kind of, you know, permits and things like this. But, you know, hands-on jobs that really should be... women should be sourced for those jobs more often. I think hopefully this is going to happen a bit more. But there's going to be a little bit of education needed, though, because I think there has been a failure in educating women that those jobs are, you know, you are capable to do those jobs just as much as a man is. You're not, you know, there's a lot of the times it's just like, oh, there's girl jobs and boy jobs, like Theresa May would say, right?
Yeah.
You know, no. There are some things that, you know, blokes can do that women can't, things that women can do that men can't. But I think there's not a lot of that in the music industry. No. Really. I mean, there's like, you know, in terms of, you know, strength and stuff, there's a lot of cranks and winches that can do that stuff, you know.
I mean, music, I would say in terms of like amps and stuff, they're heavy. They're not like mad heavy.
No.
And I mean, I always strongly police, if there's anything that's so heavy, I make sure it's a two-man lift. Yeah. Because it's not worth one person carrying it, and all you've got to do is like lose your step, and then you do your backing because you put yourself in a funny position. It's not about whether you can lift it; it's whether you can comfortably lift it. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's. We were talking with Alice Birch about this a while back. We were playing with her at Adastral Park, and. You know, I was kind of more practicing what I preach, because in the past I've been a chauvinist and been like, no, you're a girl, don't worry about lifting stuff. You know, well, we'll do that. You just sit there and, you know, I don't know, twiddle your thumbs. But like, no, with Alice, I was just like, okay, I'm going to stop being like that. So, you know, if you want to help carrying stuff, I'm not going to say just go for the light stuff. She was going for the bass drums. She was going for the, you know, for the speakers and the amps and stuff like that. She's, you know, not afraid. And it just shows that it's, you know, being a woman doesn't mean being delicate.
No, not at all.
No, not at all. So I think, there's going to be a lot of social change that needs to happen before those jobs open up.
There's an interesting thing that we've discussed here. We've discussed everything to do with essentially the backstage of things. And not a lot to do with the actual performance side or the writing side. I mean,
that's part of it, saying that, you know, sort of festival lineups need to be 50-50, you know, female and male bands. Yeah. But, you know, I guess it's kind of difficult because sometimes there just isn't exactly 50-50. No. Either way, I mean, there might be more female bands than male bands at some points. So, I don't know.
I can't remember who it was that I was having a discussion with. Someone said, it should... that they'd like to see a 50-50 split in something. It wasn't music, it was something else. And I said, well, yeah, but what if, you know, you apply for a job and all the men just happen to be more suited for the job, more qualified. And
it's called affirmative action, isn't it?
You know, and this person said, well, that's fair enough, but if we can get to a point where we can get to 50-50, then it is then by that point a meritocracy.
Mm-hmm.
If we can prove that both men and women can do all the same jobs that they can, and they totally can,
Mm-hmm.
and then by that point, then if it goes 60-40 one way or the other, then that's just what's available at the time. Then it's picking list, you know.
Yes.
But until we get to that point, we're let's work towards a slightly more middle ground.
It's all education. I think it really is on our shoulders as teachers to be able to, because I do try to do that. I do actually try to do that with my female students and showing them artists and people in the industry of the same gender of them, just to be like, look, this is a new artist as well. Don't just teach them Deep Purple, because it's they're not really gigging as much anymore. But trying to show them people that look like them. That to show them, like, it is possible for you to break through, no matter what you look like, no matter where you how you identify, all that sort of stuff. It's just hard work and dedication, as Ashton Jones would say.
Yeah.
Oh, let's carry on with the next part. Thing
I found and thought about this morning.
Jingle.
Oh, Harley.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Is exposure a good currency for bands?
Now, this is a very hot topic, considering we've just come from
Ipswich
UK's largest free music festival.
Mm-hmm.
I think the
Harley's phone's vibrating in his crotch.
Just doing a phone call.
Yummy.
That's fine. I'll call them back when we finish. It's not too important. I think I had a discussion with a photographer. I can't remember his name. He works at Old Jet.
Right.
Kezia works with him sometimes. I don't know if you know.
Oh, Nick.
Nick.
Yeah.
And he says when he does free work all the time, but he says, as long as he can get something out of it.
Right.
So he had a client come to him and go, I've got this idea, I want to do this. And he goes, well, okay, I want to try out a new technique. And I've wanted a reason to try this thing out. And they go, oh, well, I don't think that'll really work. And he goes, no, don't want to do it then.
That's fair.
Because then he's then just doing what they want to do. And then if we want to do that, then they'll charge for it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same kind of thing you can kind of do. If we're going to get something out of it, Ipswich Music Day is a great opportunity to reach a lot of people who you wouldn't see otherwise.
That is true. But it's also, I mean, I enjoy playing Ipswich Music Day, but I haven't had that many bookings come from it.
No.
And sometimes I'm looking around Ipswich Music Day sometimes, and I've not got a photographic memory or anything, but so a lot of people there, I'm sitting there going, I don't see you at pub gigs. I don't see you at gigs outside of Ipswich Music Day. So is it just because it's free and just because it's easy?
But then pub gigs are free.
Yeah, exactly, right. But you can't bring your own beers.
No, that's
and
true.
just have paraphernalia on you.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know. It's got this kind of this thing sometimes where like it's sort of weekend warriors. People that just be like, oh, I love this music scene on this one day of the year.
I think that's a thing, and I think you'll always have that. But try and fit 40,000 people into every pub in Ipswich. Yeah. Like even if you spread them out, you wouldn't do it. I don't think it's.
It's hard, but I because obviously I've had the same thing, but I really only really think about it when it comes to like what Nick would have said. Well, will I get some bookings out of it? I'll do it if it's an industry. Industry starter based thing, or if it's a festival we haven't played before in a town we've never played before.
That's it. Yeah.
I still pay my musicians. If we haven't been paid, I still pay them because that's part of my deal with them.
Yeah.
But it's just it's still not kind of on for people asking people to do stuff for free when there's no guarantee that you're going to get some work out of it.
No, that's a fair enough point. Unless it's an opportunity to do something that you've wanted to do. Like for me, my goal, I'm not playing in any original bands, and I've always talked about this. I'm again still in the process of writing some stuff and getting some ideas down, but I'd love to play an originals band. And I was chatting with Bronwyn, and I was like, look, if you ever need a bass player, and I'm available, I will do that gig because it would be really cool to play something that's not a cover. I mean, technically it'll be a cover because I didn't write it, but it's just and do something a bit more genre specific in that regard. That's something that I listen to. So I really That's the thing for me. I would do a gig for exposure. No, I wouldn't do a gig for exposure. I'd do a gig for free if I would enjoy the gig.
That's
so actually, exposure isn't the currency.
It's the enjoyment.
Yeah, it's the satisfaction.
Yeah, and I guess it depends because I mean, you know, the Lockabillys, I do treat it like a job, and we go around to very, you know, people pay big dollar for us, and so why should I give that away for free to someone on my doorstep?
So put it into context with your original music.
I would do it again if it was somewhere outside of my locale where I wouldn't be bringing people along with, you know, because they wouldn't be traveling very far. So yeah, something like that. And that's just kind of the thing, because it's your own music. Nobody asked you to write any music, right? Nobody asked you, said, the world needs you to write a song. You specifically. There's enough music there. You're doing it for yourself and for others, but those others didn't know that they wanted it beforehand. So sometimes there's that thing of like, why should we pay an unknown person? But you know, whether it's deserved or not is a different conversation. But it's that thing of, you know, I would do it for free if I was going to enjoy it and it was going to be furthering my career. But yeah, you got to get something out of it. But anyway, what do you guys think? Please give us a message, give us a little comment or whatevs. Reno and Rome did comment on this. I've got to find the comment now. But where is it? Come on, it was quite. Exposure pays our way, said no one ever. That's good. I like that. But because we all get it offered to us at some point.
Always.
But you know, I think it's most of the time if somebody uses the word exposure, I don't think they actually get what the industry's like. So yeah, let us know. Give us a comment. Give us a subscribe. Give us a like. All that sort of stuff. But Harley, this weekend, what are we doing next week? What are you gigging?
So I have only got the one gig, and it is I believe, actually, I've got two gigs.
It's a blur.
It's a private gig on the 13th, doing a wedding, I believe, with the Mementos, featuring Tom Guitarthy.
Ooh.
So that'll be kind of nice and fun, and Toby Houghton on drums as well.
Ooh,
nice.
So that's going to be a really good gig. Nice lineup.
Also, on the Sunday, I'm going to be doing sound for Ipswich Guitar Show's annual gig.
Where's that?
It is at Gresham's.
Gresham's.
This is a really cool venue. I popped in to give it a recce the other day.
The marquee or inside?
In the big
marquee kind of. Yeah. Amazing
building. They've got an install system that's really nice. All QSC hanging tops. It's just really cool place. They've got all the lighting and everything all installed, and they're looking to get bands in there as well. So if you're looking for a venue to put on an event, it's definitely one to hit up.
Very nice, Harley. Cool. Well, I'm doing 2 gigs this weekend. I am at Little Scarlet Festival.
Oh, Little
on
Scarlet.
Saturday at 5 o'clock. That's in Tiptree in Essex, is where the Jam Factory is.
Yeah.
Wilkins and Sons. And on Sunday, I am going to be at Bure's Music Festival alongside Newtown Kings, we played earlier.
Hey.
And we're going to be on at 5 then, I think, as well. I may also be joining Mr. Phil Jackson from the Rock and Roll Trio. I'm going to be joining them on stage because they're playing at Little Scarlet Festival as well.
Yeah.
The guitarist can't make it. So I just said to him, what's on the set? And I know them all. So I was just like, that'd be quite a fun little collaboration.
Oh, nice.
So that'd be quite fun. But anyway, less about what we've been doing. Let's think about the... So Harley, you read the first one, boy.
Well, there we go. Okay.
I wish I could sample that bit. Yummy.
So 8th of July, that's today. It's today.
Yes.
Peter Hepworth is at the Sorrel Horse Pub.
Yes, and we're going to play some music by him very shortly.
So if you've got nothing to do tonight, check him out.
Yeah, that's Monday for people that are listening to on the podcast. So you missed it if you're listening in the past. Like all the ones you're listening if you're listening in the past from weeks before. Reno and Rome are doing their Something Special video shoot at the Curve Bar in Ipswich on the 11th of July. That is the Thursday.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It is the Thursday, sorry. It's the Thursday at 2 o'clock.
It also says 12th of July at 10 o'clock, so I don't really know what that... Maybe it's a...
Maybe.
Have a look on the Facebook event.
Yeah, on Facebook. With Reno and Rome. Go on, what we got next, buddy?
So we got Buzz Music Festival.
Buzz.
Who's playing there?
The Lockabillies.
Hey, 10th of July at 7 o'clock. Well,
that's Wednesday night up until Sunday night. So we're playing on the 14th.
Whole thing, whole shebang.
July 12th, we got the Hoax Live Battle of the Bands competition for the Ed Sheeran slot.
Nice one.
It's one of the heats. It's one of the semi-finals. Yes. So that's a Cult Cafe Friday at 7 o'clock.
Great.
What's next?
We got July the 13th, Kelton Community Festival.
Very nice. I mean, Pink Shed are doing a stage there. They've got Stretch Soul Gang playing.
Great. I missed them at Six Music Day. Shame.
But I mean, yeah, they were great. Polly Haynes is going to be playing on the main stage at Kelvin Festival, so that would be really good.
Sweet.
That's my gig. I'm at the Little Scarlet on Saturday, 13th of July at 5 o'clock at Wilkin and Sons place there.
Nice. Also on the 13th of July, we have Umbrella Assassins, Moody Swing Things, and Banco.
That's good if you like sort of garage punk.
Doesn't say the event.
That is at Smokehouse.
Thank you.
Smokehouse, that one. Next, we've got the Global Rhythms is on Cornhill this year. It's not at Christchurch Park. So on the Saturday, it's going to be in the town centre.
Awesome.
They've got lots of different DJs, reggae choirs, lots of different world music. So it's going to be a good celebration of multiculturalism in Ipswich, raising money for it to be back at Christchurch Park next year. So if you do care about the festival, don't be disheartened that it's not at Christchurch Park. Go down to the town centre and support world music.
Definitely. Because it's always good there. It's always good.
So what's on July 14th, boy?
14th, we've got Indian Summer Mela.
The Mela.
On the Sunday at Christchurch Park.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
what is that?
It's sort of like a Hindu festival with lots of Bollywood music, and lots of live music from people from India, and also people who the Indian diaspora that live in Ipswich. So it's local music and international music. So that's going to be
awesome.
Great. And July 14th, Rob Lewis is hosting Icebreakers. Why'd you do it for me but not for him? It's Icebreakers. It's the July session, Sunday 2:30 at the Railway on Vauxhall Road. So there we go. Loads of good stuff going on this weekend. So many festivals coming up.
Yeah,
we'll be reporting on them as they go and as we're playing them. So thank you very much for listening, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure as per usual.
It has been great. It's good to see you. It's nice to be back.
Oh, I missed you, didn't I?
Oh, so much.
But please keep your eyes peeled on our pages. We're going to be uploading some exclusive content. Of chats that we've had that you haven't heard on IO Radio. So check over our Facebook page, etc. Until next week, thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, it's been all right.
This is Pale Blue Blankets by Peter Hepworth.
Catch you later.
Bye.